I, Giorno Giovanna, have a dream, and that is to play Sparking Zero. This was gonna be another Yap one, so no visuals, just Yap. So go ahead and just, I don't know, turn that phone over. Your eyes will thank you. Anyways, today's video is gonna be about Sparking Zero, obviously. But I, Mazer, have a dream, and that dream is to play the game and have some things go my way, of course. So I'm going to milk Sparking Zero as long as I can until the game actually comes out. Then I can actually post videos on Sparking Zero. But until then, I'm Mazer. Subscribe to the channel, like and subscribe for more Yap. And let me talk to you about some things I want out of Sparking Zero, okay? Number one is some good Gogeta rep. I'm tired of games who just clearly have a favorite fusion, or just straight up just don't do another fusion right. Like, I feel like every game always has some type of bias, although luckily it's mainly Gogeta bias, but still, fusion bias is always a negative thing if you ask me. Okay, I don't like how long Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta was just the top dog, especially when he's like the worst fusion actually. I'll say worst fusion. He's like one of the worst ones though. Gogeta 4 is one of the worst fusions of all time. Just because he's similar to Vegito, but he's not Vegito. They just took the original fusion and made him worse in every single way. But besides that, he got a long reign of being like the fusion, unfortunately. But of course, that was just Budokai Tenkaichi games. Then I would say we're just gonna skip all the way to Xenoverse 2. I would say Gogeta now is the top dog, just because Vegito and Gogeta, even in the base game, Gogeta was just always better than Vegito. And then DLCs, like, just made Gogeta way better. Because he just has, like, the best mechanics in the game. And then half of Vegeta's doesn't even like, work at all, actually. But that's a little besides the point. Because we need to talk about these more recent games, okay? We have games like Kakarot that only has Vegito and Gotenks. But still, mid, get Gogeta in there. Why? They released a random DLC for Super Saiyan Hercule, but we can't get a Gogeta from Z? We got Bardock Story, but we couldn't get Gogeta? Like, easy money. Bardock Story was great, but you know what would be even better? Gogeta. But anyways, there's also like Fighters. Fighters, I mean, all the fusions are just good. They're all just good. But technically there is more Gogetas than Vegeta, so I guess technically Gogeta has the win there. But I don't care. Also, there's a new Fighters update. It's making the game different. Anyways, Sparking Zero, I could go either way here. Obviously, the animations are going to be great. Obviously, Gogeta is going to have better animations. He is from a movie. But what I want to see, the peakness on my screen, the licking of my lips, the all types of weird noises, I want to see that in the form of Gogeta versus Vegito being a somewhat planned fight, okay? What I mean by planned is, I want moves that Vegito and Gogeta do that are almost like sister moves that kind of correlate to each other, okay? Like, so Gogeta has his signature Comet Strike. He does this quick little pose. 1, 2, 3 punches. Usually it combo into his ultimate being his meteor explosion. The uppercut into the giant beam of light. Anyways, I want, Vegito to have a move that's like a sister move to that also is like a striker pose, then attack. Or rather, it only has to be one punch, really. So, if you guys are unaware of Vegito's midness, one of his moves is him literally just punching you. He just says, "Gotcha!" and he just punches you. So, if Gogeta could also use his Comet Strike to his punch, that would be pretty cool. I just want those type of things. I think Sparking Zero is the type of game to make those niche details like that. Because you gotta remember, at least this game is pretty much just for the fans. There is no competitive scene in this game. There's technically going to be a race, but it's not going to be like a game you want to play competitively. Like, it's going to be completely unfair. And if you are going to play it competitively, please main Yamcha or Yajirobe or Cyberman. It'd be so cool if you just were like the best in the game, but you're using such a weak character. Infinite style points. No one cares if you use like Beerus or like Goku for a tournament. They want to see you use someone a little niche, a little mid, if you will. Anyways, I want moves like that. And I do know Blue Vegito most likely will have a Spirit Sword Ultimate. But I don't know. Some of the startup animations are gonna be interesting. I don't expect to see Clash Ultimates unless it's gonna be like a blast. But I did notice that like a lot of clashes end with the universe shattering. That's kind of lame. Because let's not forget, the only people that made the universe shatter in the entirety of Dragon Ball are Broly and Gogeta. So unless we have a character that is fighting Broly or Gogeta, I don't want to see it crack. I feel like that you should just say that animation for characters who would be able to, or characters that have done it. So I don't want to see Super Saiyan God Goku cracking dimensions when he can't do that. Let's go up a couple levels. Ultra Instinct can break dimensions, but let's not say anything below that can. And Vegeta, he just can't. Unless we get Ultra Ego, please. But that's just what I'm talking about. I want cool ultimates, and I also want clashes to be a little bit more unique. I mean, we have a lot of clashes in the game. We have like 3 clashes I think I've seen so far. But I also want to see the clashes have unique effects. I don't want to all just be like a screen crack. I don't want to all just be dimension shattering. Because, like, why is Boost Saga Goku versus Vegeta, Majin Vegeta, gonna just break dimensions? That doesn't make sense. They could not destroy the planet in that fight. Well, they could have, but they didn't. So let's not make them crack dimensions, okay? And I do think the game is actually not that far out, so it's a feasible change. I've seen other people complain about it. Well, notice it at least. But I will say this. I am very happy with the models. Most of them. Mainly because they all look interesting. I like how they make Gohan look like a kid, so now I can hate him even more. I will say, I really do not like Super Saiyan 3's model. He needs to be way bulkier. Like, actually, I'm going to show you an image. The entire video is just going to have one image of Goku. And this Goku is from, obviously, the Frieza saga. And it's not like this is the most buff Goku's ever been. This is just like what I expect base Goku to be like, especially if you're talking about Z. Z Goku, this is his base. He shouldn't be any less muscular than this. And as much as I do not want to ride on the giant power pole that is Goku's, you gotta make him a little swole. You gotta make him like a chunky boy, you know. Z is known for the giant muscles. They're, albeit weirdly large muscles. Especially when you consider how their power works. I feel like their muscles shouldn't be getting that much bigger. But anyways, make him bigger. Just make him bigger. I don't know. Super Saiyan 3, he does a pose where he just looks at you with a little, like a 3-corner angle. But he has no muscle. He has no mass. So it's just like, what are you doing, bro? You look weird. It's kind of cringe. But anyways, that is the other things I want. Of course, there is one more thing that I think is decent enough to talk about. I just want there to be some good female characters, okay? Now, I'm a bit of a feminist. Take that as you will. But what I'm going to take that as is I want to be able to use female characters in a fighting game. That's not just for female characters, okay? The last time I think there were girl characters that were actually, like, good in a fighting game, I can't even remember. I have to go back so far. I mean, I guess if you want to count Xenoverse 2, but they're not top tiers, so I would actually consider Xenoverse 2 a decent example of girl characters being okay. Not the best, but they do better for sure. But I think Videl is pretty good. And I will say in Fighters, now the new update, I think Videl is actually pretty good. But that's the thing, man. We got a lot of female characters in this. We got way more female characters than we ever got. And we need to see them we need to see them cook, okay? We have the entirety of Ribrianne's force. I don't want them to be mid. Because they're fighting Super Saiyan Blue Goku. I'm not asking for them to have something dumb. But I'm asking them for like viable units. Talk about like legends. And they need some viable characters, okay? I need to see something good come out of them. And I already know they're going to go crazy with the uniqueness with all their attacks. But I just need to see them put some work into it. I want to use Ribrianne, and I want her to be good. I want to use Kawaii, and I want her to be good. I want to use Chi-Chi, because she better be in the game. I want her to be good. Don't put Bulma in here. If you do, I won't use her. But, again, make her good if you're going to put her in there. Videl, I don't know. Videl, this is going to be a side little banner piece, you know. Little witty banter. Videl always manages to have such a unique kit in just every game she's in, despite her having like nearly zero combat. Like, she's only been the Great Saiyaman 2, which, by the way, is kind of weird. I don't know why I just call her the Great Saiyan Woman, but whatever. She's never really had that much fighting, but her attacks always make up for that. She always has the craziest attacks ever. Like, just to go back to Xenoverse 2, because it is truly the golden standard for me when it comes to Dragon Ball games. In Xenoverse 2, she has a simple uppercut kick where you just straight up just called like flying knee or something. It's like flying eagle or whatever. It's a simple move, but it's a good move. We have like Justice Rush, which is just her punching and kicking, but it combos into her ultimate, which is also punching and kicking. But it's a pretty cool ultimate, if you ask me. Also very viable. See, that's what you can do. With characters who don't have like the best animations, you can make up for that by making them interesting, or at least just like a good unit. You can't have someone that's like not fun to play with, not strong, and also their moves suck. Like, you gotta make sure you balance that out. See, for me, I will play with a bad character as long as they look cool and they, are cool doing what they're doing, which is probably trash. And then you gotta also make sure they're using the opposite way. Someone who does not look cool should have some decent attacks if you want them to actually be played with. Because, of course, with all these characters, I'd hope that your plan is to make sure that people are not just using Goku. Because that would be pretty lame. I don't want to go into a match and only see Goku. But that's going to be the end of the video, guys. A brief little refresher. I want to see some good clashes. I want to see some brand new fusion sister-like attacks that actually like bounce off each other. And I also want to see some great female characters, some good representation of these characters. Because, man, actually, one more thing. Kefla is like a decent fusion, okay? And yet, I don't feel like we get enough of her. I feel like every game she's in, she always feels a little too weak. Like, I don't know. Because realistically, okay, let's not talk about the manga, because the manga is the manga, and it's not being adapted, but, anime-wise, he was fighting Ultra Instinct Goku. She was fighting Ultra Instinct Goku. Okay, that makes her above Blue, obviously. But still below UI, because she did lose pretty badly. Let's go ahead and give her some stronger moves, okay? Let's make her a little stronger. Let's not make her garbage. Especially since she's, like, better than Vegito in terms of fusion. I don't know if I can say that. I don't know if I can really say that. I don't know. Next video is probably going to be trying to characterize Kefla because, it might be a Kefla Glaze video. No, baby, actually. It's on the table. Comment down below if you actually want me to see me glaze another fusion besides Gogeta. And if you say Vegito, I'll dislike your video and comment very mean words like, your poo-poo head. That's gonna be the video, guys. Like, subscribe, comment, the whole deal. Should be good times. And let me know if you guys are actually, what are you guys most excited for when it comes to Sparking Zero? For me, it's definitely gonna be Gogeta, because I'm not a big fan of the fighting style, but I'll learn, because it's Gogeta. So, that'll be in the video, guys. See ya.